Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Devell, and what I have for you today is a different type of video altogether than I normally do. So what I'm going to be doing today is my top 10 favorite Spider-Man books in my collection. Now, this list is not, the most expensive books or, the most popular characters. This is my personal top 10 Spider-Man books that I own that are slabbed also. Is a stipulation because I own a lot of other Spider-Man books that aren't slabbed, so I just wanted to make that distinction that these are all going to be slabbed books. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So, first up at number 10, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 365. Now, I love this cover because of the hologram there. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hare. This book is, I think like with the 90s and, the hologram covers, this embodies that perfectly, So, once again, my number 10 Spider-Man book in my collection, Spider-Man 365. And then at number 9, we have Web of Spider-Man, number 118. Now, this is the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Now, I don't believe it's the first appearance of Ben Reilly as a character, but the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider. Because, as you guys know, if you're Spider-Man fans, there was a Spider-Man clone story, I believe, in Amazing Spider-Man 165. If I'm not mistaken, correct me in the comments. I know you guys will. Where Spider-Man and the clone with the jackal on the cover. That was the first appearance of Ben Reilly, the Spider-Man clone. But this is the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider. So, at number 8 of my favorite Spider-Man books in my collection, I have Amazing Spider-Man number 46. Now, this is the first appearance of the Shocker. This is a book I got a while back, probably a couple years ago. I just think the Shocker is an awesome character. Great cover. And I love when there's the first appearance of a character and then they also appear on the cover. So, Amazing Spider-Man number 46. At number 7, I have my only PGX Spider-Man graded book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 101. The first appearance of Morbius. Now, this is graded at a 1.0, and that's because it's a remaindered copy, which basically means the cover was torn off about here. You can see it here. Can't get too close on there. You guys ain't going to be able to see that, but right here, straight across, this cover's torn off, and this is a facsimile cover put on the book. I do have another copy of this, which I'm getting sent off to CGC, which will be an upgrade, and then this one will go out of my collection, and I'll replace it. But for now, this is the one I have in the collection. First appearance of Morbius, Amazing Spider-Man 101. And at number 6, I have Amazing Spider-Man 361. Now, this is the first appearance of Carnage. This is a CGC 7.5. I actually sent in 3 of these books to get graded. I bought this one raw. Had a collection, but got a bunch of ASM books in. This is the highest grade I got back. The other 2, one was like a 6.5 and one was a 5.5. So, I kept this one, obviously. This is a great cover. Again, like I said, Carnage is on the cover. It's his first appearance. Great book. So, moving right along. At number 5, actually, I have Amazing Spider-Man here, 238. Now, what this is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin. This is a CBCS 4.5. Not a great high grade. I actually have higher grades in this in CGC books, but they're green labels because they're missing the tattoos. This one here is a complete book, so this is the one I chose to go with. I think I have a 7.5 and an 8.0 CGC green label because they're missing the tattoos. But this one is also another awesome cover. This is an iconic John Romita cover. Yeah, you just can't go wrong here. So, Amazing Spider-Man 238. And Hobgoblin is also one of my favorite, top 4 Spider-Man villains. Number 1 for me is always going to be the Green Goblin. Although I don't own that book, I'm looking forward to getting one soon. But let's keep the list moving. At number 4 on my list, let's keep it moving. Number 4 on my list, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 300. So this iconic cover, Todd McFarlane. As we all know, this here is the first appearance of Venom. So, you know, what more can you say about this cover? It's been redone a million times by Todd McFarlane himself, by other creators. You know, there's a Spawn cover with this, a Venom cover with this. I've seen a million different covers. This is so iconic. I love the cover. I love Venom as a character. So, you know, this has to be number 4 on the list. Didn't make my top 3, but it was close. But now let's get down into my top 3 Spider-Man books in my collection, or top 3 graded Spider-Man books in my collection. So at number 3, now if this was a higher grade, and you know, this may have been number 1, but here we go. At number 3, I have Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Now this is CGC graded. I actually bought this book raw. It got an NG, as you can see here, which is no grade. And the reason it got no grade is because when I bought this, I bought it off eBay, and it was being portrayed as, you know, complete, no issues, low grade, and it was like dirt cheap. So I was like, I'll pick this up. I got it, looked at it, was like, something don't seem right here. The cover, the paper seemed a little thick, but I was like, maybe it's because it looks a little like they got it wet or tried to press it or something. So I go ahead and send it in, and it comes back what I thought. The cover had been replaced with a facsimile cover. They aged it to try to make it look, you know, authentic. I tried to get my money back, but CGC took forever to give me the book back. So longer than the 30 days, I needed to send it back to the seller, so I was stuck with it. So either way, though, it's a coverless copy of Spider-Man 50, but with the facsimile cover, it presents really well. So this is my number 3 Spider-Man book in my collection that's graded. Down to number 2, the last 2, and then there were 2. So number 2 in my collection is going to be Amazing Spider-Man number 20, the first appearance of the Scorpion. Now, Scorpion is one of my top 3 Spider-Man villains. Scorpion is just, I mean, he's awesome. They got to put him in the movie soon, I assume. Now, this is a CGC 0.5, and at the time when I got this book, there was 2 books the exact same price. This is a 0.5 because it has a missing page. Page 16 is missing, so it's incomplete. There was another book that was a 3.5 green label with the same, you know, missing page 16. I decided to go with the 0.5 because I like the blue label look better, and the green label puts a stigma on everything. So I'm happy with that, but I love this cover. These older Spider-Man covers, like from issue like 1 to like probably like 30, can't go wrong with those covers. So again, number 2 in my collection, Amazing Spider-Man number 20. And I bet you're all wondering, okay, what is the number 1 Spider-Man book in my collection? In my opinion, like I said, this isn't based off grades or anything like that. It's just my opinion of the books I own and what are my favorite Spider-Man books. This might be a surprise to some of you guys because it's a modern book. My number 1 book in my collection of Spider-Man books that's graded is a CBCS 9.6 signed by Sarah Pacelli, Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. Now, you can't go wrong with Miles. Miles is hot right now, and he's slowly becoming my favorite Spider-Man. So yeah, this is definitely number 1. Now, crazily enough, I own like 6 of these, from a 9.0 all the way up to a 9.6. 2 of them are signed. One signed by Michael Bendis, one signed by Sarah Pacelli. Both of them are CBCS, so my signed one, so it wouldn't even matter which one I went with. Just picked one. But funny story, I did own a 9.8 of this book. So I had bought a bunch of Miles books, Ultimate Fallout 4, I was just buying them up. And this is before Miles took off, right before Into the Spider-Verse came out, and Miles Mania took over the world. And sent a few off to get graded, got a 9.8, put it up on eBay in an auction, and, you know, Miles wasn't popping like that, and it actually sold for $100. Insert sad face here. Into the Spider-Verse ended up coming out, the book jumped up to, you know, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Then it was hitting highs of like 3,500 or 32, 3,500. Yeah, and I sold it for $100. But I still had some other copies, so I sent in my other ones to get graded. They all came back like 9.4, 9.6. So I still have a couple of those CGC graded. So can't complain. But anyways, thank you guys today for, you know, going through my favorite Spider-Man graded books in my collection. Before you leave, hit that like and subscribe button, share it to your friends, you know, help me get my channel to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, and you all have a great day. Peace.